Over the past 3 years, I've been lucky enough to travel almost constantly around Norway as a time-lapse photographer. I visited every little corner of this long, rugged, and often unexplored country, and I now feel that I have the knowledge to put up a top 10 list of the must-see places in Norway. Let's start out with number 10. This one is a true hidden gem called Jettegrytene, and really shows how nature is shaping itself. Throughout thousands of years, a big river was located here. However, when a hydropower plant was built upstream, the river partially dried out and the riverbed became visible, showing amazing shapes and textures. This place is really only known among locals, which are using it as a natural water park during summertime, and I was able to spend 2 full days here in May without seeing anyone else at the site. Next up, number 9 is the Nyvager fjord. By many regarded as the most scenic fjord in Norway, this UNESCO site is one of your best choices if you want to see a classic fjord that Norway is so famous for. The mountains rise over 1,000 meters directly up from the ocean, and I strongly recommend you to hike up to a peak for a breathtaking view. If you're not feeling fit enough for that, you might also want to take the local ferry driving through the fjord, which is not too bad either. Number 8 is a true classic, Lofoten. Lofoten is an archipelago in northern Norway and is one of the most popular destinations for foreign tourists. You might be surprised to find Lofoten so far down on my list, but the substantial increase in visitors over the past couple of years has made the area less charming, in my opinion. Still though, Lofoten will offer some of the most impressive landscapes you will ever find anywhere in the world, including natural phenomena such as the northern lights and the midnight sun. Next up is number 7, and we're staying in the northern part of the country. Helgeland is a long stretch of coast ranging from approximately Brenna in south to Sildpollnes in north. It's featuring a varied coastline with steep mountains, the most turquoise water you can imagine, glaciers, and thousands of small, stunning islands. A perfect place if you want to go biking, kayaking, or hiking. Number 6 is a place I've spent a lot of time, the Hardanger fjord. If you're going to Norway in May, this is one of the places I would recommend. The area is in fact famous for the fruit blossoming, and in May the whole fjord is covered in beautiful flowers. It's often called the spring's most beautiful adventure, and there is no reason to question that statement. Nearby you'll find famous landmarks such as Vøringsfossen and Trolltunga. However, these spots are being run down by tourists, which is taking a bit away from the experience. My recommendation is to stay by the fjord and enjoy the fantastic atmosphere. Number 5 is also a bit of a hidden gem called Valdres. I've been lucky enough to spend 2 whole summers here, and I've been photographing this area a lot. I keep getting surprised by how beautiful it is and how many secret spots you can find. It offers a lot during all season with stunning lakes and valleys. Valdres is also the gateway to Jotunheimen, the home of the highest mountains in Norway. It's often a place people just drive past on the way between Norway's 2 biggest cities, Oslo and Bergen. However, it's definitely worth a stop. And since you already stopped, why not stay a week, because this area is beautiful. Number 4 is Lofoten, a picture-perfect lake, just how you would imagine Norway. This glacier lake in western Norway is so nice that my last visit, originally thought out to be just a couple of hours, ended up being 4 full days exploring the area. Can you imagine a better place to have a swim? I have to admit the water was pretty cold, but the surroundings was so beautiful I forgot about it. Well, almost. And sleeping in a hammock next to the lake wasn't too bad either. As this is a lake, not the ocean, the water is much calmer, resulting in the surrounding mountains reflecting beautifully in the lake, making it the perfect place for pictures. And now comes the top 3, which I'm not going to separate. These are 3 very different places in different parts of the country, and all of them offer something unique, so it will be a tied first. The first of my favorites is Femundsmarka. Femund is the 3rd biggest lake in Norway, and Femundsmarka is the surrounding area towards the Swedish border. This is a national park consisting of deep forest, quiet lakes, and polished mountains. For example, this place is called the Oasis, and it's not difficult to understand why. In the middle of a rocky plateau, you can find this small pond with surrounding trees. Definitely one of the coolest places I've ever photographed. And brace yourself for the wild reindeer sneaking up on your tent in the evenings. This national park requires a bit of hiking and camping to be seen properly, so be well prepared. But once you're there, it's probably one of the most peaceful places you'll ever find. The second of my top 3 favorites is Varangerhalvøya. This is a peninsula explored by few, and the national park is situated as far away from everything you can get in Norway, far northeast into the Arctic Ocean. This place is wild, harsh and cold, but expect to see sceneries you've never seen anywhere else. The geological features in this area are extremely fascinating, and the texture in the terrain give you eye candy for days. The terrain is ever-changing, from moon-like landscapes to exotic creeks. This is an area I've had to go back to, never regretting it. It will surprise you, and it will be one of the most interesting places you'll ever visit. Last but not least, the third of my favorites. Senja is a true paradise. Although lesser famous than Lofoten further south, Senja has experienced more attention in the past few years, and that's well deserved. In my opinion, Senja offers an even more impressive nature than Lofoten. The mountains rise over 1,000 meters up from the ocean. It's a perfect spot for watching the northern lights during wintertime and the midnight sun in the summer. You can find world-class hiking possibilities, such as the famous Segla Peak. How about sitting on this edge, looking 600 meters directly into the ocean below you? If you want to say hello to some bigger creatures, that's possible too. Senja is a must-see place if you want to visit Norway. So that was my top 10 tips for the most beautiful places to see in Norway. Norwegian nature can be harsh, so always remember to be properly prepared with food, clothes and other essentials. Make sure to subscribe to see more of my adventures as a professional time-lapse photographer traveling around Norway. Thank you for watching.